Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
See how it does. Oh, wait, something.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. Greg gets a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Live.
Well,
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, hunting season is now open for this endangered species. And move over, Crocs. There is a new lazy shoe in town, and more free crazy items being shipped to your house for no reason at all. And global warming is real, but it's not what you think. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. How are you? How are things? How are things going? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're getting along. You know, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow the other day. And you know what that means? More cold, more snow for some people, more coldness for others, and 6 more weeks. Oh man, here in the French, we've gotten our share of rain. No snow yet, but we've got our days of 26, 24 degrees and stuff. And then for those of you new to the show, we live in a small little town just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We have 20 some odd acres. We have horses, we have chickens and cattle and all that stuff that goes with owning what we call a franch, part farm, part ranch. Now, out here, I discussed this a couple weeks back that I fell off a 10-foot ladder and smashed onto the hard concrete. It was not a good time. I couldn't move for a while, and now I'm a couple weeks later, I'm getting around. I'm starting to move a little bit. I'm getting a little, I can lift my arms above my shoulders, but I'm getting there, And then it made me reflect a little bit. When you have those close near-death experiences, you kind of reflect on yourself. You're like, oh man, I need to shape up. Should be able to take a bounce like that, right? 10 foot, I should hit the ground. I'm a young guy, hit the ground. If I'm in shape, I should be able to bounce right back up and go, what else you got? Unfortunately, it's taken a little bit longer for me to bounce back and jump back up and continue what I was doing for that day. So I took inventory of myself and I said, you know what? I've got to do something. I've got to get out there and move a little bit more. Now, I do a lot of moving here on the French. There's always hay to throw. There's always poop to scoop. There's always something to be done here. Fix, broken, repair, move, remove, put it back again here on the French. So I was like, you know what? I canceled my gym membership because here in North Carolina, we don't know what's going on. We honestly don't know. Like a lot of states, I don't know if I want to go to the gym. I went in there the other day to cancel my membership, and it's one of those places where you have to walk in and physically go, I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mr. Deacon. But you paid for this month, so I'm like, screw it, I'm not coming in here. And as I'm looking around, I'm looking at everyone wearing face masks, and they're on the treadmill, and they're on the stair climber, and all on the, lifting weights and lifting the weights. And I'm like going, I can barely breathe doing it normally. Why would I put a mask on my face? And to inhibit my oxygen intake. So I said, you know what? I'm not signing up until we're completely faceless or maskless and not signing up for the gym. Now, as you guys know, I played not professional basketball, but I did play basketball. I was the training team, the scrimmage team for the Orlando Magic way back in the day. So I've got a basketball background, and here, about 1.5 miles up the road, there's a nice little church. They've got a nice little outdoor basketball court, and I would go up there when it was nice and sunny out and warm, and shoot a couple rounds of hoops. Play a little pickup game out there. Well, it's been cold. The highs during the day are like 45, 46. Nobody wants to go out there and shoot basketball. Your hands are so brittle. You get those. You ever seen your hands when they dry, those little cracks right there where your nail meets your finger, and they start bleeding. You get that. You can need that. What is it? There's like a hand lotion out there, like working hands or something. You got to rub that in your skin, and then your hands walk around. You feel like you got wax on your hands all day, but it works. But it's no good for shooting basketball. So I was out there just about every other day shooting hoops. Now we got 6 more weeks of winter. I can't go out there. It's too cold. It's too cold to pick up the basketball. It's too dry out there. So what do? You know, if you got the money, if you got, Jeff Bezos, $1 trillion worth of income or sales in the United States, he's responsible for all revenue or not revenue, but all sales in the United States. $1 trillion here in the United States from Amazon. He stepped down. So if you have Jeff Bezos money, you buy yourself a Peloton, or you buy what's the mirror that's on the wall where it's like a full-length college mirror. And then you click on it. It's like a big touch screen. And all of a sudden there's some dude or some lady on your, let's go, and run, and 2, and 3, and 4. I said, yeah, I can't afford those. They're expensive. I've got cows to feed. I got horses to feed. Though they come first. So I'm not buying that. So I'm sitting there or buying those items. And they're great. Yeah, I hear people talk about them all the time. But I think the membership, a membership to like Peloton or something. Now I could be wrong. I think they're like, it's $150 a month. $150 a month to sit on a bicycle. It's not even a good bicycle. I mean, have you seen it? I've seen better bicycles in a pawn shop, but it's a bicycle and the tension is, there's nothing fancy. It's no Elon Musk bicycle. You reach down, you crank a little knob, and it tightens up the little belt that's got felt on it, so you can't pedal as fast. There's nothing new. That's not new technology. The laptop that's mounted to the front of that's the new technology, and you look at that and you're, oh my God, it's in real time. They call me by my name. I'm famous. I'm an influencer. No, you're not. You're some dork on a friggin' chat room doing a Peloton. But I think it's $150 a month. I said, you know what, babe? My wife, call her babe. And I said, I'm trying to do stretches now. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to, get limber. And I've got the pain that's bothering me now. You ready for this? The pain that's bothering me now is my groin area. And I'm sitting there and the groin, and it goes, not to get too graphic, from my right hip, underneath my groin, up to my lower back. Goes down and around. Like if you're wearing like a harness or something. My wife says, well, I had that too. My younger days is what she said. And it's because your pelvic is not aligned. So your body's kind of, cattywampus, and it's trying to, accommodate for this side and walk, and then walking on this side. Here's an exercise you can do. Push this way and lift your knees up and push, and, the tension, and you should be able to do that. And within a month's time, you should be right. It kind of resets your pelvic area. Now, I've been to chiropractors. I know what's wrong with my back. They've shown me numerous, this is way before I fell, numerous x-rays of my joints, or like if you're watching this on the camera feed here. Now, every podcast we do has a video that matches in real time, so you can see what goes on here in the studio. I'm not just sitting around with a shotgun in my underwear, but you can see that my bones, my spine is kind of like this. It's kind of offset a little bit. Now and then I got a twist and it pops. I said, well, I wish I could find like a yoga group, but I don't want to be in a room with a bunch of people farting and breathing at the same time. So I'm like, God, I've got to do something. I've got to get myself back in shape, or in a better shape to where I can take a 10-foot fall. I need to be in better shape to be able to move and to do just, Valentine's Day is coming up around the corner type stuff. I want to be, oh, babe, sorry. My back, I can't, I'll just lay here. You, sorry, I know. But it does play a role in your everyday activities. Having any kind of back pain or leg pain, or just any kind of limited mobility. So I'm like, you know what we have? Oh, you know what I think we have? I think we have our very own virtual personal trainer. I think we do. I said, babe, where's the blah, blah, blah? And she's like going, oh, part of it's in your in the spare bedroom. I know, baller, right? On the west wing of the house. And then the other part's in the other room. And then, you can bring it out in the living room and you can do all your stuff out there. So I forgot that we had this. And for those of you who, what is this? 2021? Even 20 years ago, most of you people probably didn't even know this existed because you'd be 21 now. When you were 8, 9 years old, you might have had this. You might have seen a friend of yours in the neighborhood that might have had this. And it's this right here.
Introducing an exciting new product for the Wii from EA Sports Active. Designed in collaboration with fitness experts, this program gives you fun, easy-to-learn exercises and activities you can do with family and friends. It's like your very own personal trainer in the comfort of your home, offering the promise of a better you in just 20 minutes a day. In-game tools track your movements on screen to give you real-time feedback on your workout. Track both upper and lower body movements and experience Wii controls in a whole new way with our specially designed leg bands. There will be 2 provided in each box, so you can work out alongside family or friends. It's true one-to-one motion. When you squat, you'll see your on-screen character squat, and if your form is incorrect, you'll get that feedback. Your trainer will show you proper form for a wide range of exercises and activities. Get warmed up with a light tennis exercise. Work your upper body with the included resistance band. Get your timing and rhythm perfect with cardio boxing. Feel the burn with squat and hold exercises. Another feature is the 30-day challenge that gives you the structure to reach your goals and provides you with the clear instruction, motivation, positive encouragement, and an overall sense of personal achievement. Your trainer will be the focal point of the experience and create a new 20-minute workout for you every day. Our program also features a wide variety of activities that target upper body, lower body, as well as cardio. Each daily workout will feel different than the last and increase in intensity as you work up a sweat towards your goals. In the custom workout mode, you can cater the length of the workout to the time you have available, which body areas you want to focus on, and identify your favorite of over 20 exercises and variety of different activities. You will see how many calories you are burning in real time. Just let your on-screen trainer know your preferences, and the program is all set. This software gives you the benefit of a personal trainer right in your living room. Look for it from EA Sports Active in 2009 for the promise of a better you.
So yeah, that's the Wii. The interactive sport or EA Sport Active for the Wii, and I was playing it. I say playing it, you don't play with it. I say you play with it, but I was working out with the person. I'm like, this can't be any kind of exercise, or I'm not going to get any results from it. So dig the whole Wii out and connect all the stuff and make sure that, of course, the remote controls are dead. So you got to find batteries, or we bought the little charger battery packs where you put them on the little charger. It charges up. And I dug that thing out and fired it up, and it still remembered who I was. It had the actual correct date on it. Now, I haven't fired this thing up since probably 2010, so 11 years have gone by. It knew the date. The time was a little off. It said like it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was firing it up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know, daylight savings time, it might have missed it a couple times. But yeah, I fired up the Wii, and I've been doing the EA Sports Active. And it's so, it's got what they call the nunchuck, and you mount it to your hip, and the hip thing doesn't stay on. It's like Velcro. It's like a leg brace thing. And you kind of stick your nunchuck in there, and you run. You keep your feet up. And I'm like, there's no way. 20 minutes, I can do this 15 times a day and not get tired. Well, let me tell you. I did it for the 20-minute segment, and I got a little heated. Got a little sweat going. I did it. I did it. And so I'm doing a 30-day challenge. Of course, I picked the shortest month of the year. But let's see what happens. Let's see if my back and my body gets a little bit better, because I'm just starting out as a beginner. So it's light stretches, light movement, and maybe I can, by the end of the month, I'll keep you up to date as far as if it's worth it. But I got my own personal trainer sitting at the house. The We Active, we were trying to sell it years ago because she doesn't play it. It's a new thing, I want it. And then like a couple weeks later, can we sell this thing? All right, when we come back, we'll dive into the show. And I got a lot to talk about, so stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social contacts and stuff. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the social contacts, and you can find all the ways that links us to you and you to us. Our Facebook page, our YouTube page, all the other links as far as how to get the podcast and download the podcast. And make sure you subscribe and share us. We really do appreciate that. Deacon Live does a podcast once a week, every Wednesday. We do it live here in the studio. And then it gets uploaded to all our servers. iHeartRadio is our main one there. So I hope you guys appreciate that as well. Now, for those of you that need the in-between shows, I also do a darker conversation. Here on Deacon Live, it's a lighter conversation. It's a light and fluffy conversation. We don't get into politics too much. We don't get into any of that. The stuff that you've already been bombarded with on your regular news feed or your news outlets. But I do co-host another show called Is This Going Somewhere? It's a darker conversation, and you can check that out as well. We do those a little bit more frequently, but I'm just warning you, they do get dark. They get it'll make some people angry. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's called Is This Going Somewhere? And I do it with a gentleman by the name of Dan. It's his code name. Dan is his code name. Now, speaking of darker conversations, and we try to be light and fluffy, unfortunately, this gentleman right here, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, and we moved up to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, probably about 8 years ago now. But I still have, strong grassroots down in Orlando. And I love, Orlando is always like, not Orlando, but Florida. It's always a Florida man type thing. Now, this guy wasn't from Florida, but he got caught in Orlando. Passenger was busted with 22 pounds of meth at the Orlando International Airport. Police say they arrested an airline passenger with nearly 24 pounds of meth stashed in a backpack during his layover in Orlando. Orlando police said that it was one of the largest amounts of illegal drugs being carried by one person in the recent department history. Police said Eli Priestley Brown, 46, from Long Beach, California, was stopped by TSA agents for a random bag check while he was waiting to board a flight. Okay, so listen to what follows after this. So he was stopped for a random bag check. The TSA agent found several clear bags of a crystal-like substance wrapped in a white cloth in Brown's backpack. Brown told the police that he flew into Orlando from Los Angeles and fell asleep at his gate. He said when he woke up, the black backpack was next to him. Okay, so what, did you just pick up the backpack and start walking? They don't just walk by and say, hey, give me your bag. The police said they found 22 vacuum-sealed bags filled with meth was inside the backpack. They added up and it was over 22 pounds of meth, a street value of more than $500,000. Brown was also had $900 on cash with him when he was arrested. I don't know why the $900. It doesn't matter. He could have $3. Brown had $3 on him. It doesn't matter how much cash he had on him. Maybe he's a cashless or a credit cardless person. I don't know why they put that in there. Police said he was charged with trafficking methamphetamine over 200 grams and is being held in the Orange County Jail on a $500,000 bond. So poor day for Mr. Eli Priestley Brown of Long Beach, California. So if you know anyone in California missing some meth, there you go. But California, he was coming to California from Orlando. That's kind of weird. Normally you think meth, what do they say? Most of the meth comes out of the Middle East, the flyover states, the Kansas, the Iowa, Nebraska, those states, because they ain't got nothing else to do. Little tweakers out there. My legs are kind of tweaking after doing my little workout there with the Wii Fit and doing the exercise with Wii Active. Now the Wii Active, I think it's kind of cool because it's the one that's got tennis on it. It's the one that's got bowling on it. It has those on it. So I'm excited to get into those as soon as I can get in shape and not fall over when I'm throwing the remote across the thing. But I do it out in the in our main family room area. We got a nice big TV out there. I got plenty of room. No one can bother me. My wife, she's working on the other side of the house. She can't hear me. She can't hear the music and everything. All right, you're doing great. Keep going. Wow, you really can't bend as much as you used to. Thanks, that's all I need. A little bit more support. Less mouth, more support. Now, a lot of people that are kind of lazy, and I'm calling it straight up, are the people that wear Crocs shoes. Now, are you familiar with them? They're like a water shoe. Now, I will wear them if you go. I don't own a pair. Let's start this sentence off by saying I don't own a pair of Crocs. I've worn like water shoes if I ever have, go jet skiing in Florida or go boating in Florida. And you're in and out of the water. You want something that you can walk on the base of a sandbar without having to worry about stepping on a shell or some idiot dropped a glass bottle out there, and then get back in the boat and the shoes pretty much just dry off. I do have some water shoes, not anymore, but I did at the time. But Crocs themselves, they ended up, in my opinion, just being like people that are we'll lose a third of the audience here that wear Crocs. They're just lazy. They're lazy people. Not that how do you word that? Are you lazy because you wear Crocs, or Crocs are for lazy people? I think you're lazy if you wear Crocs. Let's do it that way. That sounds a little bit better. And the design, you just slip your foot in. They're like one step up above, Jailhouse sandals. Not that I've been to jail before. But that's what they are. They're like a fancy version of a Jailhouse slipper. There, I said it. Now, for those of us with an active lifestyle, still need to have a easy way to get your shoes off hands-free. Everything's got to be hands-free now. Nike has now introduced a Go Fly Ease sneaker. Nike has introduced a new Go Fly Ease sneaker that lets you slip on your shoes hands-free. Nike's latest sneaker, Nike's latest sneaker not only ditches the shoelace, but it allows the wearer to slip them on and off without using their hands. The shoe giant unveils its Nike Go Fly Ease sneakers, which they are billing as the new hands-free shoe. Sneakers features a hinge and a tensioner, so the wearer can easily slip them on and off. According to a demonstration of the shoes, you simply slide your foot into the shoe pocket and push down, and your heel will be secured onto your foot. To remove the shoe, you hold down the back of your shoe with one foot while sliding the other one off. The hinge allows the sneaker to bend at an angle, easily for you to slide the shoe on and off. Okay, hold on. So what they've done is here, now I'll play this video here and you guys can watch this too. So what they've done here,
I started thinking, how do you get in and out of a shoe today without your hands? And you do that by taking one foot, putting it behind the heel, the other, and then yanking that foot out. And then to get back in, you slide your toes in, and then you jam your foot in the rest of the way by crushing the heel counter. And I started to realize that maybe what we should do is just design a shoe for that behavior.
Tim had created this prototype, and I saw this busted up Roshi that had some surgical tube wrapped around it. And it's one of those things where you just kind of have to laugh a little bit when you see it, because it's just so simple and it's so smart.
So what they've done is they've taken like a cross trainer type shoe, and they've cut it right at where your ankle bone would be, and they cut the shoe in half, or cut the shoe right there, and then put a hinge on the sole and then this is the experiment that they were doing, and attaching like a surgical rubber, the little rubber tubes and stuff, so that it will open and close based on you putting your foot in there and stomping on your heel.
I'm Haley. I'm a designer and innovator in NXT space.
Hi, my name is Tim, and I work on a small team of exploration engineers.
Hi, I'm Johnny, innovator in Nike Taiwan Innovation.
As I started working with Tim, I realized was going to involve like a ton of math. At one point, he presented a full page math equation and was like, no problem, like this is what you have to do. And I was like, Johnny is kind of like a very similar.
All right, so they're getting into the depths of it, but I mean, let me explain the shoe to you a little bit more. So it looks like if you've ever been, let's say, snowboarding, this can work on both water or snow. So have you ever had to put on like a small, thin boot or bootee where you just kind of slip your foot in and then you lock your foot into a snow ski or into a water ski? There's always like this small little rubber padding type shoe, like a padded sock that you put on, right? So that's what they kind of look like. But imagine the heel kind of bends down, and I don't know if it stays down. These are all prototypes that they're showing, but there's a rubber strap that holds the whole thing together that goes from your pinky toe around your heel down to the mama toe, the big toe, the big toe. This little piggy goes to market. And it flexes, it pops open. You put your foot in and you step down, and then the whole thing, it's all elastic, so it goes clip and it hugs your foot. And then when you're ready to take it off, what do we always do? Left foot on the back right heel, step down, pull your foot out, and vice versa on that. So I don't know if these are going to be big success. The Go Fly Ease by Nike. So for those of you that still have active lifestyles but want a new designer looking shoe, and I'm looking at it right here, I don't know. they're gonna be in the Hall of Fame, the History Museum, right next to the step ups that Skechers had. The shoe that had like the concaved where you would walk and it would improve your butt muscles and stuff. So there you go. The new Go Fly Ease from Nike. We stick around. I got a bunch of hacks for you. Some are needed and some are, well, technically not needed. And I'll tell you the difference between the two of them. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks, and the way you do that is to go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, and you can click on that, share that, like it, and also our in-between shows. Between the Deacon Live podcast is a little podcast that we do called Is This Going Somewhere? Darker conversations that I have with a gentleman who, during the pandemic, has left his job, his career, to stay at home and take up care of his wife. He's more isolated and stuff. So these are the conversations that I have with him to make sure he's all right. He's scared. It's one true love. It's just him and her in this world. He doesn't want to get infected. He's an older gentleman, and he just wants to protect his family, his little community that he has, and that is this going somewhere? Now, something that went away during the coronavirus, the whole pandemic start, has now come back in full form. And some people love it, some people hate them, but I'll tell you what, I love them. I love them a lot. And I say a lot. I can't have them. Well, I say I can't have them. I don't want to have them. But if they're out on the counter or someone leaves a box open or I get them in my little basket, I'll eat them. Peeps are officially coming back for Easter after halting production for a few holidays. In 2020, Peeps started off the year. They're a sister brand of Mike and Ike and Hot Tamales, has suspended production due to the COVID-19 virus. That meant that we didn't get any of our specialty varieties, Halloween or Christmas Peeps. You know how sometimes they have Christmas trees or ghosts or anything like that. Peeps tweeted last month that production was back in action, and they have confirmed that the marshmallow treat is lining the shelves for Easter of 2021. So you can get all your favorite Peeps, the pink ones, the yellow ones, the blue ones. This is making news even sweeter. Peeps is bringing back 2 fun-filled flavors, but this time they'll be available nationwide. Peeps Hot Tamales, Fiery Cinnamon Flavored Marshmallow Chicks, and also Peeps Fruit Loop Flavored is coming back, and this will be nationwide. Well, yeah, because they held on to everything so long, they got to get rid of that stuff before it expires. There are plenty of other new returning Peep flavors available nationwide aside from the original ones, like the Rainbow Marshmallow Chick Pop, Cotton Candy, Party Cake, Sour Watermelon, Fruit Punch, Root Beer, chocolate. It says chocolate budding, but I think they meant to say pudding. You know what? Sometimes a B and a P gets flipped around, kind of like a Q and a G. And for that, I apologize. Then there are treats. Then there are treats that are only available on the shelves at select retailers. For example, Peeps individually wrapped marshmallow chicks for the egg hunt are in Walmart. Peeps blue raspberry flavored chicks are available in Walmart. The chicks dipped in cream flavored fudge are available in Target. Peeps are coming out. This is for my peeps. Chocolate caramel swirled in Target. Oh, so many peeps, but they're coming back. I know everyone out there. Now, see, I don't like marshmallows, but for whatever reason, there's something about the Peeps that I like. I can't stand like s'mores. I can't stand, eating a marshmallow right out of a bag. I don't like it. I don't like that flavor. I won't even eat I'll stand up and I'll say right now, I won't even eat the marshmallow fluff. Some people eat it like it's friggin', like it's candy, but sometimes. But no, I'll eat Peeps. Maybe it's the sugar. And then you have to ask yourself, do I really need the marshmallow or is it the sugar that I really like? But now Peeps has got all these different flavors. So all these different flavors that Peeps has hacked. There's this, it had to be, this video I'm going to play for you right now. This video had to be made through college kids, millennial kids, because that's the only way I can explain it. No normal person would do this, and just to see if it would work. You would have to be really, really high or really, really ingenious to create this. And this is what it is. You think around Thanksgiving time or even like special holidays and stuff, and you say, I got enough potatoes. I got enough potatoes for everyone. And then you look and the potatoes have been there for like a couple months and the eyes are growing and they got long fingernails all the way around the potato. And you go, ooh, I don't know if I want to make these. This young lady right here says this is the best mashed potatoes she's ever had. Now, if you ever listen to the Is This Going Somewhere podcast, Dan, his wife, makes instant potatoes and adds Miracle Whip to it. I had instant potatoes from Walmart, the Walmart brand, and they tasted like wet sand from the beach. That's what they tasted like. They were horrible. This young lady right here is showing you how to make your very own mashed potatoes without having to peel a potato or do anything like that might be dangerous and still come out with a great product.
Good. Thank you.
All right, so what she's done is she's got a pot of boiling water. There's a little 5-quart pot, I forget, whatever you make spaghetti sauce in at the house. And she's got the water nice and hot, and she's dumped in a bag of what the kids call on the street classics, the Lay's classic potato chips. She's dumped it in there, and now she's got another one. She's got 2 of them.
These are going to dissolve more, so it's important to...
How many do you normally do?
When it's just me, I do 1 bag. When you have friends over, I do 2. Okay. And here's the thing. This is going to turn into mashed potatoes. When you buy instant potatoes, look, watch, they're already dissolving. It's so quick.
Are you watching?
You do have to keep a good eye on these, though.
It's easier, too.
Instant mashed potatoes, like the ones that come in a box, they have like a weird chalky flavor to them, Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. So this...
I think she's hyping it up a little bit much.
Potato chips, they're already really flavorful. Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's almost done. Wow. It's instant. That is actually instant potatoes.
A really important thing, though, gotta keep stirring. You have to keep stirring.
So she's stirring this pot of boiling water with potato chips in it and creating this mash. This, if you ever done like beer and stuff like that, made it at home, you create this mash. and I don't know if it's, well, let's see the end result here.
Sometimes you're going to want to be gentle.
And this is what size? The 8 ounce. Okay.
So she put 2 8-ounce bags of Lay's Classics into
like the instant ones. And also, okay, peeling potatoes, it's the worst. This couldn't be easier. Legitimately, your friends are going to be like, oh my gosh, how did you make these? Okay, and this is the type of boil you want. See how it's really bubbling?
You can hear her boiling.
Again, really important to keep stirring them. Keep stirring.
This girl looks like she's had a couple of these potato packs before.
Honestly, I've cut myself peeling potatoes so many times that this is basically just also...
No, you haven't. You haven't peeled a potato in your life.
Less expensive than I run to the emergency room.
Almost there. You see it's breaking down a lot more.
Yeah.
Yep, almost there. Okay, now you have to immediately take it off the heat. Take it off the heat. Turn it off.
You're happy with it? It's done?
It's done.
Wow.
Yep. Take off heat. I'm gonna need pot holders because, you know, sometimes gas
Obviously, she has
brings
never
heat to
done this
there. You know what I'm
before.
saying? Okay, here we go.
She runs across the kitchen, gets a colander,
Strainer in the sink.
pours it all in there.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
No way.
Okay, it looks done.
Okay, now I like to put it back in the pot.
Yep. Less mess.
You see? That's the consistency we're aiming for. I'm lactose intolerant, so I use almond milk unsweetened.
Hold on.
Real milk.
So now she's saying she's lactose intolerant, and she's got 2 full bags of Lay's Classic 8-ounce bags. How many calories are in a bag of Lay's potato chips? If you eat the whole bag, 600, 700 calories, and she did 2 bags, so that's what, 1,400 calories, 1,800 calories. And then she's going to add almond milk because I'm lactose intolerant.
If you're not lactose, is probably better. Even a heavy cream.
Just 2 catfuls.
2 catfuls is what you need.
2 catfuls, a heavy cream.
Okay, so garlic, salt, a little bit of pepper. I don't love pepper, so just...
So she doesn't like pepper. Put salt, garlic, salt, pepper.
Yeah.
I like to add butter.
Love that.
Now she's adding butter, but she's lactose intolerant. I don't know. She's confused.
No.
I think she doesn't understand what lactose intolerant means.
To the whole thing now, but to an individual serving, because then you make sure you get enough.
Good.
Really good.
So a bowl of this Lay's potato chips is going to be, or this whole new. Where do I start? There's so many flaws in this. Like I said, it's one of those things that college kids, if you're really, really high, man, I bet you if we boiled down some potato chips, we could make mashed potatoes. All right. I agree. Let's do it. Now, there's another hack out there, which all you people out there, you people that are following the whole TikTok trend, do me a favor, be careful of this new trend that's going out there, because there's a lot of, weirdos out there that have figured out a way to post your TikTok video on their YouTube page, and they're making a lot of money based on your TikTok things. The name of the challenge is called the Silhouette Challenge. YouTube is profiting. No, I don't want updates. YouTube is profiting off creeps hacking a sexy body positive TikTok challenge. I don't want to read the full story. No. Oh, I had this up. They found me. They caught me. For the past few weeks, a trend called the Silhouette Challenge has been going viral through TikTok. A remix of Paul Anka's Put Your Head on My Shoulder. The participants trend, mostly women, but not all, stand in front of a camera fully clothed, and then they stand in the doorway with a silhouette with a red filter behind them, dancing provocatively, showing off their bodies, which is good. You know, hey, this is what I look like in a silhouette. How does it make you feel? Well, what's happening is, whether some women are nude, some women are partially nude, some women are clothed, there's a red light in the background, and you dance, and you're a silhouette. You know what a silhouette is, right? Just that black outline of yourself. Well, all these tech companies or all these tech nerds out there are hacking all these TikTok accounts. Well, I say hacking. They're downloading the video, and they're removing the red filter so we can see actually who you are, whatever you're wearing, when you're doing the silhouette challenge. So if you're standing there half naked and they remove the red background, you're going to be naked on their YouTube page. If you're fully nude or partially nude or even, just dressed at all, or if it's you at all, they're going to hack this, remove the red filter, and they put it on their YouTube page, and they're making killings. Some of the accounts are getting 200 and 300,000 views, and they're banking a little bit of money off of that. So be careful out there, all you TikTok people doing this silhouette challenge. Don't do it. How about that? And one more thing, and then we'll hold on. Where am I at here in the show? Another thing that's happening out there, a lot of people don't know about, is, do you remember when everyone was getting seeds? Seeds were being distributed or being they were showing up in your mailbox, and a lot of people were taken to the ag center. What are we doing? It's all from China. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for these seeds. And then they ended up, it's going to be like kudzu. It's going to take over everything. Don't plant them. The agriculture center wants to see them. And it ended up being nothing. It was a whole Amazon scam to get people these seeds so they can write fake reviews based on your address and everything like that. Well, there's another scam that's coming out there right now. Packages are showing up labeled Amazon and China, but nothing else. When you open it up, there's a single mask in there with no paperwork. There's nothing. The scam is called brushing. It happens when an online seller tries to boost its reviews, and the seller gets your name and address, although it's not clear how they do that, and sends you a mask. It costs the seller almost nothing to send this to you. Then it posts a great review based on the product with your name attached to it. This one gentleman said, I'm not even going to wear it. Even though it looks identical to the other masks that I wear normally, I don't even know where it came from. I didn't buy it. I don't know if there's anything nefarious going on. So here are the rules. Don't wear it, throw it away, and change your Amazon password. So that's how they're getting you. They're getting into your Amazon account, sending you these free masks in your mailbox, and then writing either good or bad reviews. I would think good reviews based on your name. So be careful. If you get one of these masks in your mailbox, go check your security measures on your Amazon account. All right, when we come back, a couple more things, and hunting season is open right now for an endangered species, which you would think you would want to keep this species alive. A lot of people of the town want to keep this species alive, and we'll dive into that here when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you like us, share us, and do all the stuff. Subscribe to us. Share us to your friends. Share us to your neighbors. Share us to the people you don't like. You can do it that way. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the social contacts and just flood all your Facebook feeds and all your Instagrams. We appreciate that. Each and every one of you, we do. Now, speaking of flooding Instagram, something that's been flooding the news here in the last couple cycles ago, and you can understand that now the inauguration's done. I know we don't get political and stuff. We do a lot of that over on the Is This Going Somewhere podcast. But I've noticed that our news feeds are a little bit more lax as far as what news stories they're going to put out. And here's a news story right now that's been capturing a lot of people's attention for more reason than one. Are you guys familiar with the Hollywood sign over there in California? Speaking of buying meth or bringing meth over from L.A., well, the Hollywood sign used to say Hollywood Land many, many years ago, and now it's a national landmark, national treasure here in the United States. It's protected. It's very hard to get to. They've changed it. It's shown up in a lot of movies. It's shown up in even video games. There's one time the Pope was in town, so they changed it from Hollywood to Holywood, which is kind of like a slap in the face. It's like scrubbing the toilet just because the Pope's coming over here in a truck rest stop. And then when they passed all the weed laws here in California, it used to say Hollyweed. Now, the Hollywood sign has taken another turn for better or for worse. I don't know how you want to do it. The Tinseltown sign briefly read Holly Boob on Monday, and now here's what happened. Social media influencer Julia Rose says she changed the sign in protest what she sees as censorship of racy content on Instagram. Police arrested Rose and 5 others for trespassing, and the park rangers restored the iconic sign to its usual status. All they did was they made a sheet that looked like the letter B, like they spray painted B and covered up the W and covered up the D on the wood sign and made it Holly Boob. 14-year-old kids everywhere were laughing joyously. Rose is the founder and CEO of Shag Mag, a digital publication that features exclusive and uncensored content of Julia Rose and other up-and-coming Instagram models. Yes, there are a lot of boobs on this page. An interview with the Los Angeles Times, or as we call LA, Rose said she first came up with the Holly Boob idea last year after the Instagram warned her about nudity on her personal and company accounts. The account has about 6 million followers combined before they were disabled. Rose told the newspaper she knew that she was pushing the boundaries of censorship. The accounts were being featured on other scandalous-clad influencers, but Instagram and its parent company, Facebook, targeted influencers more aggressively than established brands like Playboy. We do not allow nudity on Instagram, and we remove these accounts repeatedly for breaking those rules, a person from Facebook said. Rose and a fellow influencer, Jack Tenney, one of her prank partners, maintained that the stunt was just like raising awareness for like breast cancer. All right, well, there you go. That's awesome. So LA Times asked her how she felt about it. She said it was awesome. All of it combined together was a really, really great time. Now, unfortunately, Captain Steve Lurie, the commanding officer of the LAPD, tweeted this out. A few hours ago, a group attempted to vandalize the Hollywood sign. Los Angeles landmarks are precious to those of us here at the LAPD Hollywood, and this is way uncool, not to mention the terrain is quite steep and dangerous. Hollywood patrol officers have arrested all 6 individuals. How LA is this? He actually said this is way uncool. So that's Captain Steve Lurie, L-U-R-E-Y, L-U-R-I-E, said this is way cool. Well, so there you go. So it changed from Hollywood to Holly Boobs for a day or two. Some little kids go snickered and grinned, and everyone went on about their day. But it's kind of like they have sensors and stuff up there in the on the ground. So even if you get close to it, from what I'm told, it sends off like triple alarms and stuff. They run out there and grab you right away. Now, somewhere that needs to have triple alarms and things in motion to protect themselves against this dangerous beast is Oklahoma. Oklahoma right now proposes a bill to protect the community against this ferocious beast. An Oklahoma lawmaker is being called an idiot, in other choice words, after proposing a bill to establish a Bigfoot hunting season. Justin Humphrey told TMZ that since he introduced the bill to state legislation early in January, he's been flooded with angry calls and messages. Apparently, Bigfoot deniers are mad at him wasting their time on the bill, for one, about this mythical creature. They've also called him names and cursed at him, blah, blah, blah. Tourism is one of our biggest attractions we have here in my house district, Humphrey said, establishing an actual hunting season and issuing licenses for people who want to hunt Bigfoot would draw more people to our already beautiful part of the state. It would be a great way for people to enjoy the area and have some fun. No, what you're doing is you're getting all these Yahoo knuckleheads out there, Second Amendment right for my dead cold hand, running around your woods with guns looking for Bigfoot. And then you're going to get a bunch of jackasses out there dressed up like Bigfoot. A lot of people are going to get shot. Here's more from, I don't even know what the station is. CBS 5.
An Oklahoma lawmaker proposing a bill to establish a Bigfoot hunting season in Oklahoma, allowing people to buy a hunting license. He's hoping this is going to increase tourism in his district and maybe even lead to the capture of the fabled beast. News reporter Bailey Devane has the story.
You might be able to take your chances in capturing Bigfoot if Oklahoma Representative Justin Humphrey's new bill passes through legislation. Humphrey says people would be allowed to purchase a license to hunt Bigfoot. He shared on his Facebook page that he does not want Bigfoot to be killed, but captured instead.
This is my goal, is to try to get the Wildlife Department to maybe support a $25,000 bounty on Bigfoot, and that by doing so, we're going to have lots of people come out and want to participate in looking for Bigfoot.
Humphrey says the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation
No, hunting means hunting with getting them down, gunning them down, and killing them.
The licenses. In his Facebook video, he says he hopes these licenses would increase tourism to his district and boost the local economy.
We believe if they come to our area, they'll want to come back. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to bring people back.
We have a Bigfoot
and guns and bring all the other stuff. You're asking for your problems there. When you have an open hunting season, it's kind of like what Florida did for a while. They had an open hunting season for all the down in the Everglades, all the snakes and stuff. Now, granted, you have to go out there and buy tags and stuff, but that was a legit hunting season. And a lot of the time, we spent most of our efforts in getting the people out of the swamp. Getting them out of there because they get stuck out there in the swamp, out there in the Everglades. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just out there. They were wanting to get snakes. And they could sell the hide and do all that stuff. They saw big dollar signs. And this is going to be the same way.
Here locally, the Milner family of Huntsville says their son loves to hunt for Bigfoot in their backyard, looking for clues and signs of the beast. He says he had a Bigfoot encounter of his own.
I was asleep, and my cousin was still up during 3 a.m. Then she woke me up, then I saw she pointed out the window, and we saw red eyes. So glowing red eyes out the window.
If Humphrey's bill passes, people would be able to purchase a Bigfoot hunting license sometime November 2021.
Definitely would get him a license, just some memorabilia about it.
Nope.
It's something that he
Nope.
loves and enjoys.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Bailey Devane, 5 News.
There you go. It's going to cause more headache. In November, when those licenses go out, guarantee you, in December, you're going to have man was shot in Oklahoma, thought he was Bigfoot. Man got stuck out in the woods, got lost in however many acres. That's what's going to happen out there. Bunch of idiots running around. Oh, tourism? Yeah. No, sorry. It's not going to happen. Oh, my God. All right. When we come back, the world's heating up. Everyone talks about global warming. I know. But believe me, the pandemic has helped us, or has it hurt us? More details on how this is happening to our planet, and I think we're better off driving around our cars. More details when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, every podcast that we do has a matching video in tandem, so you can see these articles and these videos and stuff that we're talking about in real time. And the way you do that is go to our YouTube page, and you can find them over on prophetradio.com. Just click on social content. Actually, click on Deacon Live section, and it'll show podcasts on one side, the video for that podcast on the other side, and then a quick snippet of all the articles and stuff that we talked about here lately. Now, at Prophet Radio, we have a lot of music on there. We have a lot of artists, unsigned artists, local artists from the United States, and a lot from overseas. So make sure you hang out there and listen to all these unsigned artists. If you like them, share them, do all that stuff. Follow them as much as you can. Everyone independently out there creating music, I think it's a phenomenon that a lot of people with technology and stuff that we have today, there's some great music out there that's being produced. They always talk about like SoundCloud artists and all these Spotify artists that aren't being signed, but they're producing their own music out there. And Prophet Radio takes pride in playing a lot of that music as well. So make sure you hang around there and grab a couple of those songs while you're kind of surfing the Prophet Radio thing as well. Now, one guy out there, one group, one artist out there is right now known to be the first album recorded by an unborn baby. It will be released here shortly. I know. They're getting real desperate. And I say desperate, not that some people are just I don't know how to explain it. So I'll just read the article to you, and we'll listen to the song and see what happens. Luca Yupanquils, Yupanqui. I don't know if that's a him or a her. Oh, she, right here. Her new debut album, Sounds of the Unborn, was recorded while she was still in her mother's womb. This April will see the release of what is almost certainly the first recorded album of an unborn baby. She hasn't even left the womb yet, and she's already got a top charting album. I'm just saying Yuka because I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Yuka's debut album, Sounds of the Unborn, was recorded while she was still in her mother's womb and is set for release on April 2nd via Scarred Bones Records. Yupanquil is the child of musician Elizabeth Hart, bassist and experimental rock band Psychic Ills, and Ivan Diaz Meth, M-A-T-H-E with a little accent over it. In collaborations are the collaborators with a collaborator with the likes of Lee Scratch Perry. You can hear this first track right here. So we're gonna play it, and let me know what you think as far as. Hold on. Yuka Waipanquis. I'm totally butchering that, but I don't have any other way to say it. And her new album from her child. Here we go. This is called V 4.3 Part 2. Oh, there's Part 1? Great. Here's Part 2. Here we go. So I don't know how they're coming up with the music. Are they synthesizing the heartbeat? Are they synthesizing I don't know. Nothing is recognizable in this song that would lead me to believe that it was an unborn child creating this. So there you go. You know what? If she doesn't make it on the pop charts, she would make it on the charts that have like produce scary music and stuff, because it's pretty scary. Now, you know what else is scary? One more thing before I let you go, guys, is everyone talks about global warming and no one knows who's right, no one knows who's wrong, and scientists have said this and the hole in the ozone layer and all the stuff in between. I know what I said, and I said it, but this is actually science right now can prove this outcome. Since the whole pandemic has started, the Earth heats up due to the pandemic's cleaner air and less movement of productivity on cars and industrial sites. The Earth has spiked a bit of a fever in 2020, partly because of the cleaner air from the pandemic and the lockdown. Studies have found a short time of temperatures in some places, eastern United States, Russia, and China, has seen as much as, don't you dare throw an ad at me, have seen as much as half of 2/3 of a degree, that's 0.3, warmer due to less soot and sulfate particles from car exhaust and burning coal, which normally cools the atmosphere's temperature temporarily by reflecting the sun's heat. Tuesday's Studies Journal says, the study says the COVID-19 pandemic changes emissions of gas and particles. These gases are particularly affected the climate. In general, human emissions and particles cool the planet by scattering away sunlight and in a clear sky by making clouds brighter to reflect the sunlight away from the Earth. This proper focus on understanding how these changes in emissions of particular particles or aerosols affect climate. We use the estimates of the emissions of changes for 2020 in two climate models to simulate the impacts of COVID-19, introduce the emissions with change. So what they're saying is the overall planet raised about 0.05 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the years prior. Fewer cooling aerosols, which, unlike carbon dioxide, is pollution that you can see in the air. Cleaning up the air can actually warm the planet because of the soot and sulfate pollution results in cooling. So what they're saying is, big words, a lot of big words. So what they're saying is, because we're running our cars, we're running industrial plants, we're running all this stuff, we are actually creating a layer around our planet to keep the sun from penetrating onto the soil, penetrating through our atmosphere. So now that we're not driving around, we're not doing not as much trucks, not as much train, not as much coal burning, fossil fuels burning, all that stuff, that the air is kind of cleaning up a little bit. It's kind of like getting a new lease on life. And because of that, there's nothing really protecting our atmosphere or protecting our soil, our atmosphere from the sun, because there's all these particles in there. So the sun is just having a field day and just beating on our planet. Kind of what Mars is going through or went through. Maybe that's what happened to Mars. Maybe that's why, we need to start firing up our cars. Start your lawnmower. Drive that tractor around. Get these trucks out on the road. Let's fire up these the production facilities, all these industrial plants. Let's fire them back up. Because global warming, to a certain extent, was real, question mark. And now that we're not driving around everything, the Earth is heating up again, question mark. I don't know. These are just studies that have popped up. But this is immediate results based on the Corona-19 virus and the pandemic, and everyone stop moving around. Take it for what you will. Go this way or go that way. But I'm just throwing the information out there. You guys can digest it as you want. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to us, downloading us, sharing us. Make sure you go to Prophet Radio, listen to all those new bands that are over there. I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with us. My name is the Deacon, saying goodnight. And goodnight.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.